Any millennials in the room?
Are you ready?
Oh my God.
It's the mentality.
Huh? You said not.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? You're listening to the Millennial Mentality podcast where strength meets vulnerability. I'm your host, Aaron.
And I'm Chris, aka Dash. And sorry, I needed some coffee.
Not right in the middle of the damn
Oh,
introduction.
girl, I don't give a fuck. Welcome back, y'all. If you're new here, what's up? We appreciate y'all. If you just got here, I said that wrong.
Yeah.
Well, fuck y'all.
No!
If you're new here, it's about fucking time. See, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, we've been waiting. We've been fucking waiting. This coffee got me turned. See, go ahead.
I thought I done messed up. Ooh, I was very close.
Fuck it up. Do it. I dare you.
Well, you already fucked it up.
Oh, I could do that.
Oh, what I can't?
Yup.
That's crazy.
What they say, is it bias? No.
Anything you can
Gender.
do. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Whatever. We get to that too later.
Never life.
We got a good topic for y'all today.
Yes.
Very good topic.
As you can see below, it's me versus me.
Because I don't fuck with y'all. Y'all will never be versus me. It's always me versus
Oh.
Yes. Every
Okay.
time.
Damn.
Just
Say
like
that
it's
shit
you
then.
versus you. I'm not your competition.
Never was.
Damn.
You said it.
Damn. Tell me then. Tell me, bitch.
You said it.
You hoes can't fuck with me.
Heard.
Yes, me versus me. But before we get into that, as always, what's been going on?
As y'all can see,
I was about to say I ain't seen you in a couple of days.
I'm
but
starting
yeah.
my new lock
Very
journey.
cute. I love it.
Yes.
I see the problem y'all have to go through with hair.
Yes.
Where the first day is like perfect, and a couple days later it starts to.
Oh, you see it looking
frizz.
a little frizz?
But I like the frizz.
I can't wait for it to get more frizzy, to be honest.
It gives it the actual, like, it's been.
Look, I want it to
like,
be more puffy at the top, to be honest. That's what but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
I told you it reminds me of Wakanda.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved his haircut.
Is that my man? Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah. I loved his haircut on that joint. It was fire.
Yeah.
So that's what the all I'm coming for reminds me of.
Yeah. But y'all, let's talk about why is it so hard to find a barber?
I don't got that problem.
I know, because you do your own shit. But let me tell you about my experience with this barber real quick. First of all, his breath stunk.
How late in the day was your appointment? I just got.
It was at 6:30.
Yeah, your breath shouldn't be stinking.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't even like a stinky stink. It was more like he needed water. He needed to eat, probably.
Okay.
Like, it was stale.
So was it like, it could have been client back to back?
Yeah, possibly. So, cool. And then, but his prices were very cheap. That's why I went with him. So.
What was cheap?
$35. People are charging like $50, $60 now for haircuts.
Can't relate.
Oh.
I already gave them the middle finger, so it don't even matter.
But so yeah, I get in there and I'm like, okay, well, can you put a little bit of enhancements in here? Oh no, you got to book an extra appointment for that. I had a person behind you. Mind you, it's just a couple spritz because I ain't got no edges, as I told you before. I needed a little enhancements, but he's like, oh no, you got to book a different appointment. So I'm having conversations with him about what am I trying to say? About designs. And he's just like, oh, you got to book a different appointment for that too. And then we got to have a conversation before the appointment. And we can discuss the design you want as if this is a tattoo appointment. Right. Like, this is designs. And he's like, oh, well, then I'll let you know what the price is at that time. Because, he just better be Edward Scissorhands up in this bitch because he act like he's just top tier.
So, in the sense, barbers are the new beauticians? That's what it sounds like.
Oh my goodness. And I forgot to tell you, like, all the rules with let me know when you're 5 minutes before and then call me for the next steps. Like, is this, yes, for next steps. I'm like, okay. So I call him. He's like, all right, well, I still got somebody in the chair. You can just wait outside. So I'm outside and then he texts me, you can enter. Okay.
Again, can't relate. This is, in no shade, but this is exactly why I cut my own hair.
I wish I can come on here. I mean, I have my stuff. I have
Once you would have hit me with text me 5 minutes before for that. I don't even know when I'm coming 5 minutes before. Every time I got my haircut, I was never a appointment person. It was like all right, I got a good hour block rocking, make it there, get my haircut, and be on to the next thing. So I'm just jumping. If I
They
do
have
gotta
it
wait,
delivered.
I gotta wait.
Yeah.
But this is the time my days off was always random. Cool, I'm off. I get up in the morning, go. I'm not about to sit here and text you 5 minutes before. I'm not doing all that.
This whole appointment, then I had to pay for damn near half the service before I even got there. I told you, $35. I had to pay $20 just for a deposit.
And then fuck a deposit, baby.
Deposit for
Fuck
a
a
haircut is
deposit.
crazy.
Fuck a deposit. Fuck a deposit. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
No. I don't care. I will shave everything completely bald before I go through that process again. No.
And then I ain't even going front. Like, he had me come in and wash my hands. It was cool and all, but it's just like, for you to be giving all this energy, like you're top tier, right? Your place is not even the cleanness. Like, it was, but no shade. He got his own thing. Amen to that. But he was asking for a lot.
Now okay. The only thing I will come back and say, like, the take away the deposit, baby. $35, like you said, is still kind of cheap. And then the take away excuse me. You can have like this is like, you gotta select the design, select that beforehand. But if I'm there and I ask you, oh, I like this, but can you add this? Just throw that the fuck in there. You shouldn't have to be like, oh, that's a separate service. Take that the fuck away. But I do love, like you say, he has you come and wash your hands. When you get here, I am backed up on a client right now because you wait in the car, because you wait off to in a separate room or something like that. I do like those practices, is giving a little professionalism, like you being considerate of like my time, whatever.
And I feel that.
But the separate fees and all that other shit, throw that in the trash. Like, let's go back to the old days with the road barbers and the road beauticians. Yeah. Where they're like, all right, you doing walk out? What's up? How you doing? Give me a second. Sit right there. I'll be with you in a minute. Or you walk in and be like, I got 2 other heads if you want to wait.
Right. That's all I'm about to say. Because walking.
If not, come back around this time.
Yeah. But then I feel like having a whole bunch of multiple people in the salon and then people working on multiple people at one time. Or are you saying finish one person and then go to the next? Because you know how
finish one person and go to the next.
Okay.
I don't like that. I don't like that. No,
multiple. I've been too much.
Yeah, no. It's the old barbershop days. It was like literally like sometimes you go in the barbershop and there's motherfuckers in there who's not getting their haircut, who's just in there talking. Mm-hmm. But it was like you walk in, it was like, all right, they see you, they head nod, just sit over there, I got one head after this one. And you're like, all right, cool. Even if you did sit there, like let's say if I did a walk in, my old barber used to do this. I walk in, he'd be like, I got 2 more heads. You would come back around this time. Now I still don't have an appointment, but when I come back around that time, it's people sitting there waiting too, and they're like, no, he next. I never had an appointment, but he seen me maybe an hour before, and he know that I'm coming back around this time. Mm-hmm. And I get right in the fucking chair.
Yeah. I don't mind the appointments. It's just the deposit and all that extra stuff. Like
appointments literally used to be like, all right, cool. I gotta I'm put my name in, like put me in at this time. Cool. 15 minutes after that time, if somebody's in there as a walk-in, if you come in 15 minutes, everything with barbers, if you came in 15 minutes after your appointment and he had somebody sitting there waiting, by the time you walk in for your appointment,
picking up somebody else.
That person that was the walk-in is in your chair.
Yeah.
Because you should have been here on time.
Yeah.
Now you just gotta wait until after he's done with them.
Or whoever, because now it's maybe people back to back.
Yeah, like your appointment was literally just like all right, cool, I'm going to give you a 15-minute grace period. If you come here this time, I'm going to put you in the chair. Mm-hmm. After that 15 minutes, somebody else is getting in that chair.
Yeah.
That's all the appointment used to be, but yeah. Ooh, sorry, you had to go through that.
That's fine. But to me, my haircut looks fine. I'm not complaining too much. I don't need the enhancement, so.
Period, mamas. Don't need it, liked it, wanted it, but ain't need it.
And that's on Mary Had a Low Lamb.
But
how are you? How was your week?
I ain't did shit but work.
As always.
My highlight of my week. So, I don't know why I'm an asshole. Y'all eventually figure out my job, because I ain't gonna tell you. I want y'all to try to figure it out. Y'all gonna figure it out though. But I was working, and I get to this one lady house. Now, I've been to her house before, whatever. She met me before. Last time I met her, older white lady. We had a short conversation. She started calling me Mr. GQ. She was like, "You're so handsome." I'm like, "That lady, back up." Cane everything. So this time I pull up to our house. She's coming down the driveway with her king. And I'm like, oh, here she goes. Mind you, it's raining. I'm like, she about to talk my head off. And she get up. She was like, oh, I thought you were Chris. Like, da-da-da-da. She was like, but I got up close and I realized, like, I don't have my glasses on. So I was like, oh, you're not him. Mm-hmm. And the whole time in my head, I'm like, bitch, I am Chris. But I'm like, all right, I'm just let her go. No, I'm trying to be nice. Now it's a little old lady. She talking. She was like, do you know Chris? Instant, my asshole sock came out. I was like, yeah, I know Chris. Yeah. She was like, yeah, he's a good guy. I said, yeah, good guy, good guy. She was like, well, yeah, well, what's your name? I said, Rel.
I'm done.
She said, oh, well, okay, well, you have a good day. Yeah, no problem. You too. Put over the whole time, lady, I am Chris.
You should have just told her you was Chris.
I ain't feel like it was more fun to say I wasn't.
I'm done.
It was way more
with
fun.
These old ladies out here in these streets.
I enjoyed myself. It was pouring down raining, and I hate the rain. So that moment,
she came all the way outside to see you. You should have just said hi.
No, she came all the way out to the truck. I did say hi.
As
Rel. Now she got two friends.
Okay.
Look at that.
You gonna go back and forth?
She got two friends. Then you know what I'm gonna do when I be as Chris? I'm gonna start talking shit about Rel.
Messy.
When she get there, she was like, "Yeah, I met your coworker." I'm like, "You did?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "He's an asshole." And it's like, watch yourself around him. Watch me.
Shut
Watch
up.
me. I think what it was is I cut the beard. So when she met me, I had the beard. Now the beard is gone.
Oh, but you ain't had a beard in a little minute, don't you?
Because she barely, like, she doesn't come outside all the time. So like I might have been to her house probably like 7, 8 other times since the first time I seen her up till now. So I think I might grow back out.
I think you should. I like it.
No, it's about me fucking with her.
Anyway, I'm so done with you. A mess.
Oh yeah, by the way, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, DM us, all that good stuff. You got something you want to hear us talk about, or you want our opinions on? Feel free, let us know.
Please.
I'm pulling this shirt out, y'all. I'm fat. I don't care.
Not you flashing to people.
Oh well. Yeah.
We cutting that out?
No, leave it in. I don't care. I'm comfortable. This is what 30 look like. Comfortable.
Heard. But okay, y'all. So today we are talking about, again, me versus me. So we're going to start off with, when we think about me versus me, we thinking about, at least for me, I'm talking about anxiety. Like, I have anxiety and depression, and I feel like that has really held me back from a lot of things that I've wanted to do. So, but we're going to start off with the actual definition, because I feel like,
a lot of y'all think y'all know what anxiety is, which is not a bad thing. It's like one of them, I forgot what they call it. It's like a hot topic words, whatever. We typically throw out there and say, and not really knowing the true definition behind it or the meaning behind it. So this was just a way of informing people.
Yes. So I got this definition from the APA, which is the American Psychological Association. So this is legit. But anxiety is an emotion characterized by feelings of tension, worried thoughts, and physical changes like increased blood pressure. This is a little extended definition. Anxiety is not the same as fear. Don't get it fucked up, okay? But they are often used interchangeably. Anxiety is considered a future-oriented, long-acting response broadly focused on a diffuse threat, whereas fear is an appropriate, present-oriented, and short-lived response to a clearly identifiable and specific threat.
So this reminded me a little bit of the back definition. This reminded me of experience. I seen somebody get killed. And through that I went through therapy. And it kind of reminded me of, they were saying like we all typically go through the fight versus flight. Fight or flight, yeah. Experiencing most of these traumatic situations. And now hearing that definition, I think like in that moment, me hearing gunshots go off and hopping porches and shit, that's fear. Later on, sitting here and I hear somebody knocking on my door, that sound, the feelings that I got was anxiety.
Well, wouldn't you call that necessarily like PTSD then?
PTSD.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's separate.
You feel like PTSD and anxiety are separate?
They may be like.
Well, you're right. In that moment, you're right. That situation. Yeah. Sorry, that situation. Yes, PTSD.
Because it's bringing up kind of like the same emotions you felt in that situation.
In that situation. Now, Okay, now a little later, I may be sitting there like in a moment where we might be sitting here talking, and then I'm like thinking about possibly going out or somewhere or whatever, and then thinking like, okay, this could happen again.
Mm-hmm.
Like now I'm like, the what ifs. That what if thinking like, okay, what if I'm out here and then something that's totally not related to the situation that I seen that caused me to have fear, that caused me to have PTSD, is starting to bother me a little bit. That's the anxiety portion. Mm-hmm. It's like something I'm not in the situation right now. I'm not dealing with it right now. I'm thinking about in the future. That's the anxiety part. Yeah. Which one do you think? All right, now how do you? Just curious. It just made me think this. Which would you? I wouldn't rather have neither one of them. Or which one do you think is harder to deal with, fear or anxiety?
I would say anxiety because I feel like um, fear is like there obviously is something there that's causing you fear. And it's I wouldn't say anxiety is not a valid emotion.
Something tangible, maybe.
Yeah, so it's like I have this to be afraid of, as opposed to anxiety is like I'm afraid of something that hasn't even happened yet. I'm afraid of I'm not afraid, but I'm nervous and I'm feeling anxious about something that hasn't even happened yet. Like, and it's stopping me from doing things that could be good for me, or stopping me from moving forward with my life because I'm just so worried about what can happen down the line. You know what I'm saying?
So like, and this ties into me versus me thing. You're not fearful of moving on to a new job. You're not fearful of accepting a higher position. You have an anxiety about what if it doesn't work out? What if I take this position and I don't succeed at it? What if I move on to this new job and I realize it's not even this new job is worse than the job that I had before, type thing.
Yeah. And also, like, that kind of falls in line with like imposter syndrome, because it's like you could be qualified for these positions, for the roles you're trying to get in, all those things, but it's like you have these personal thoughts about yourself, and you allow yourself again to just overthink it, like, oh, I'm not worthy.
Words. It took me a while to realize I was dealing with anxiety, and from dealing with it, I realized I agree with you. I'd rather deal with fear than anxiety. For me, with anxiety, I don't like. With fear, is like I'll remove myself from the situation. When I'm dealing with my own anxiety, I want to harm something or somebody. Like I get so worried and so like the feeling of it, I don't like it to where as though I get mad. And I want to act upon it. So I still remove myself in both situations, but how I'm feeling is way worse when my anxiety is high rather than my fear of something. Like when I'm in fear of some shit, I'm like, something don't look right, I'm exiting stage left. When I'm in a situation where I'm like, this is starting to worry me, or it's making me feel uncomfortable, I get into a attack field rather than a flee. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Or at least what I for the moments, like the situations where like I can think of right now, that's been my
Response.
Yeah,
for me, I feel like how I deal with anxiety is like I feel like, I mean, coming from a mindset where I'm at now, like I'm definitely for facing my fears. Like, I don't know, before maybe a couple years ago, or maybe like 2 years, let's just say specific, a year. But like I don't even think I would probably find myself in a fearful situation because the anxiety had a chokehold on me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm already overthinking it. Yeah. So it's like I'm probably not going to end up in no fearful situations
because the anxiety got your ass.
Yes, I done already overthinking. I'm like, maybe not. I don't think so. No. Yeah.
So you ain't going to Build-A-Bear because you're like, them bears might come alive. I'm gonna
stay home. Like, I think not. I mean, I'm not even gonna try to front like it wasn't debilitating at sometimes, but thankfully I have friends where I would be able to talk to, and they'd be like, "Bitch, you're overthinking a lot."
Do you have like a specific moment, like a something you can think of right now, and that's like where you realize like this is just my anxiety going crazy?
Why you look at me like that?
Because you cut your eye at me. Like, I'm asking a question. You cut your eye at me like my bad.
I know, because I'm like, because you're looking at me like, bitch, you just stay yawning. Okay. So you said a situation where I had anxiety and I knew it was my anxiety. Yes. I mean, currently now, because I feel like I have the tools, or I'm still like getting the tools of figuring out, what's anxiety, what's not. Like right now I'm naming, I don't even want to call it the alter ego, but just like my negative thought in my brain. Her name is Sheila. And I'm like, whenever Sheila come around, bitch.
Is this? Oh no, shit. I'm thinking. I don't know why.
I don't know why I named it Sheila, because it was just the first thing that came to mind. I could have named her anything else, but whatever. It's like, so Sheila is basically my anxiety, and it's like whenever she get to talking, getting to chapping and yapping, it's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. We ain't doing that. And then after I do that, I feel like I move forward from this. So there's like a lot of situations, really. Like this is a situation we had before we got on this phone. Got on this episode.
Yeah. It was crazy, like, not crazy seeing that, but it was like, I don't know. On one part, I was like, it happened so quick, where I was like, oh, wow. But at the same time, it was like, it was interesting seeing it. Because, like, I like to see sometimes stuff like that happen so I can look at it and, like, kind of dissect it a little bit and see, like, each side. So I did understand, like, I've seen it physically happen play out with you. But I understood with both sides was at, and I was like,
I did too.
For me, and then I could also put myself in your shoes too. I know that feeling when, like, how you physically was reacting. In my head, I'm like, I know what you're feeling. No, based off the conversation, if I was in that situation, it wouldn't have did that to me, but that's me. But knowing who you are,
right?
Seeing the conversation, how it was going,
relationship,
and I'm like, oh yeah. So it's interesting, or it's not even fun. I want to say fun, but it's not fun. But it's interesting seeing somebody else physically in front of me go through things that I be feeling within myself. Like my anxiety comes from work. My anxiety is simply at work. Like I'll be at work and I'm like, because if any of you know me, everybody know I work. I will work. Capricorn in me is going to go get that money. I'm going to work. Like I've worked with COVID. I'm going to work. I'm getting my money. It'll be times where I'm like, physically I'm overworked, mentally I'm overworked, emotionally I'm overworked, and I would still go in and clock in. And then I'll get there and nobody is saying anything. Probably everybody just say hi, and instantly I start my blood pressure, I can feel it raising.
Your ass on the
edge. And then my mind starts to go, just go the fuck home right now. You already got here, just clock the fuck out and go home. And then behind that is, but if I clock out and go home, they're going to try to write me out, which could lead to me getting fired, which could lead to me losing my house. Like, I go extreme with the overthinking, so then I stay there for a little longer. And as I'm still sitting here, now I hear people talking who's not saying nothing to me, but their voice is stressing me out. And in my head, I'm like, I just want to say, shut the fuck up. And then from me saying shut the fuck up, I might be getting into an argument, which caused me to swing on somebody, which caused me to lose my job, which caused me to lose my house. So then I'm sitting there quiet and I'm like, don't say anything. But then my blood pressure is still raising. And then the later and later it goes, stuff is still bothering me. And now I'm getting to a point where it's like, I'm really just about to say fuck it and quit, which caused me to lose this fucking job. Mind you, all this is within the first 5 minutes of me being at work. My mind is going through all this. So then the only thing that I've noticed that really helps me when I'm in those situations at work, put my headphones in. Because it's like, at least I can drown out the noise around me, which can stop me from spiraling. Yeah. So it's like, I'll just have that initial feeling of, I don't want to fucking be here. And I put music in and I start to just go to my normal rotation of work. And then I just calm down.
Yeah. I'm so grateful that I don't have like work anxiety. I feel like I need work where it's at.
Yo.
You about to tell me I'm lying?
No, I'm not saying you lying, but I don't know. Let me not say that. I'm going to say it anyway, but I'm going to say, let me not say that because I don't know. I'm not doing a situation. She works from home.
Yes.
She works by herself.
Exactly. That's my whole point. I don't have the anxiety.
The only reason why I said I was going to take it back, I was like, because at the same time, I don't know. You still could very much have work anxiety from phone calls.
I mean, yes, absolutely. Like, I definitely have my, I would rather not be, having a chit-chat on the phone with people all the time. But I feel like I'm past that. Like, that's my only job. That's the only thing that I have to do. So, it's like, girl, get over it. Yeah, get over it. Like, get over it. But, so, I feel like more of my anxiety comes from, interactions with people. And really just that. Like, I think about, we could be having a conversation here today, and then I could be thinking about it again later on tonight, just recapping what I said, and then how it could have came off, especially if it was a conversation that didn't necessarily go well, too. So it's like, well, I could have said this better, or did I say that? Or, I think they might have been feeling this way. Maybe I should call them and let them know what I felt about that. Or, that's what I do. I do it a lot.
I'm laughing because I'm like, the more and more we have these conversations, the more and more I realize how we are literally polar opposites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I could have said this. And I'm over like, fuck them. I said it.
Exactly.
Like, I probably would have thought, like, if we would have a little more
That's why I think we work, though. Because I feel like, but also,
and we don't do it to each other, though.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like, since I'm so mindful of, saying what needs to be said in a certain way, I guess, that works for you.
And I never really give you the, well, fuck it.
That's because I don't give you that.
Yeah.
If I came to you with that energy, I'm pretty sure you would.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it works for our relationship, because.
Now, what I will say is, you think about it that night. If there are times when I do give the, well, fuck it energy, and then I think about it later, that was like, all right, I could have said this better. But it is never that quick. Like, mine.
I was about to say, yeah, bitch, yours probably a couple weeks.
Yes. I was about to say,
because you done said it, and now you like.
Damn. And you said, Chris, what happened? I heard that, yeah, I said, da-da-da. You said what? Yeah. What's wrong?
No, that's wrong.
It's not.
But it is.
But it's not.
Okay. But think about how it would have went if they said it to you. Yeah, that's not how the conversation goes. But you can front if you want.
Well, no. Okay. When I shrug my shoulders at, because this is what I'm thinking. Typically, it's the, I said this in response to that. How would I feel if they said it to me? Well, if I said that and they said this back, they said what they said. Because I said what I said. Because typically what does happen is when I do say this, they say something back. And it's like, well, we both said what we said. You don't need to apologize to me. We gonna be cool. And I think that's another thing too with me. I'm very, because I am one of them people that's like, well, I said it, it's out there, it is what it is. When somebody says something back to me in response to what I said, it's like, all right, cool, and then we move past it. And I'm still cool. I don't hold no grudges. I'm not mad. It's like, we both told each other we ain't shit. I ain't shit.
So would you say, when, for example, we were just having a little back and forth, if I'm telling you, what you said was wrong, and in the moment you're like, well, but do you feel like later on in the day, or however, you may, recap our conversation and be like, maybe I did, or it's is it still just I don't.
Oh, no. So, depending on the situation, there has been situations where I was like, it be times where it was like, okay, what I said was wrong. And I am a person that will say, I'm like, yeah, the way I said it, the way I delivered it, the way I did that was definitely wrong. I could have did that better. But I think another big thing with me is I don't like for people to tell me that something I'm doing or something I did is wrong. It might not have been the best way to do it, or I could have went about it better, but what I did or what I actually said is wrong in your eyes. Or at least say, hey, Chris, or I'm very big on this one too. I think we had this conversation with, instead of telling me what you did was wrong, tell me how what I did made you feel. Mm-hmm. Then when I hear that, it's because when I hear oh, you was wrong for this, it's you're not my mother. But if you tell me what
you did made me feel
this way, the consequence of what I did was this, I'll eat that one. that actually makes me feel bad. Because it's never my intention to make a person feel a type of way. It's never my intention to be mean or malicious or anything. Now, is it wrong? Maybe in your eyes. Wrong, I feel a lot of stuff is kind of subjective to each person. To you is wrong, but to me it's not wrong. But now, if you say it made you feel this way, then what I did was wrong because it was never my intentions to do that. So then I could be like, all right, my bad. You know, I'm sorry. Like that's not my intentions. I didn't mean that at all. Like if the approach should have been different, like I take that on the chin. I work on the future. Now with us having this conversation, I could say my point was to do X, Y, and Z. And how we even get here? Because this ain't got nothing to do with anxiety. But that's a good topic.
This is because we're talking about like the conversations. I was talking about how conversations give me anxiety, basically.
Okay.
So it's still on topic.
I'm just curious. Like I'm happy with that. Like, this is a good little flow. Yeah. But
I actually had something to say to what you said, but I forgot.
Oh, my bad. With the me just letting people know like the I statements.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Because that's why I feel like you like doing the you did this and
that bothers me so bad.
It's not really effective way to really go about telling somebody what they did because it's very
you placing blame maybe.
Yeah, as opposed to just being like I feel this way about whatever you did and I would rather you do such and such or whatever and they could take it and leave it. Yeah, because it's like you're letting them, you're placing not even like placing the blame, but you're telling them what you feel as opposed to be like you type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. 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 I do not mind that too. And you know, that was something I even had to learn too, again, through therapy. It was like when I'm having conversations with people, like say directly, like, hey, when this happens, I feel X, Y, and Z. Because even I do so, and I don't like that. Saying I don't like that is not enough. You might have to say I don't like that because it makes me feel this way. I feel not thought of. I feel unappreciated. I feel whatever. Like go into detail with that to let it know. Like it's not that I don't like it. No, I don't like it for these reasons. Instead of putting on a person, it's like, no, this is something with me. It's something that you did, but it's not you. It's something. It makes me feel this way. This is why I don't like it. So
now I got a question. I feel like we're definitely on topic, but we're going to keep it going. So it's just like. Because this brings up like triggers, you know, the word that everybody's using today, which is still valid, but you know, it's like, okay, so say if you have an issue with something that somebody did and it's like, but this is your trigger. So is that your responsibility to handle that your trigger or to not even make it somebody else's responsibility, but it's just like, should you be handling your shit, your trigger, or bringing it up to the person and making them aware of how they made you feel, even though it's your problem?
I think it's both. I think a conversation definitely is to be had between you and whomever is like bringing up, like, hey, just FYI, this is a trigger of mine, because it may be something that the person doesn't have a problem with fixing or it's not doing. Like, let's say, I don't know, Kingsley is a trigger for you, and I'm always making jokes about dogs. Or I always say, making jokes about dogs, whatever. You like, hey, that's a trigger for me. That's like my son, whatever. And you be like, oh, my bad. I didn't know. I thought, whatever. I can now take that upon myself to be like, okay, I know she doesn't like jokes about dogs, so I can not do that. But at the same time, it's like, well, it's just a joke about a dog or whatever. Like this little trigger of yours, but this trigger of yours, I'm sorry. I felt like that was like diminishing somebody. But this trigger of yours is a you thing. So within that, you know, I'm a type of person that I joke about dogs, whatever it may be. That's my own personal feelings. You can now choose to, hey, do I still want to be around this person, or do I take it a personal joke about me and my dog when it's a broad joke? So that's why I say I think it's a both thing. But I definitely feel as though like any of your triggers is just something you definitely should speak about. At least give the person the opportunity to know this, because same thing. What if you never say anything and I constantly make jokes about dogs and you acting weird? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with Aaron?
So many thoughts. Because I feel like there's this video. I can't remember where I saw it, but it's just like.
My bad, y'all.
I actually was looking at that because I was like, the plant is facing the thing. I didn't like that. A part of me wanted to.
It was in my peripheral or my view. So.
Okay.
Y'all be alright.
But it was this video about. It was like, I feel like this person just keeps pushing my buttons. But then the person was like, well, you shouldn't have your buttons available for people to push. So it's just like, say if, like you said, if the dog situation is my trigger, it's like, well, this is your trigger. So let's not, I don't think the dog one is a good one for me to be able to make a situation for that. But I guess the point I'm saying, like, I agree with what you're saying in regards to, because I wholeheartedly believe, like, if a person that's in your life cares about you enough, making them aware of how they made you feel and your trigger, I feel like it's important.
Absolutely.
But then I also feel like if you've done the work, like, internally, then those things won't be as detrimental or so triggering for you if you've done the work internally. If you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I say facts. First off, if you've done it for yourself, if you know how to handle your own triggers, it shouldn't be that big of a deal if somebody is still hitting your buttons, because you should now
Or hitting a button,
right? Because after a while, you
like,
you should have taught yourself how to navigate through that. Now, for me, the same time you're saying that, I'm thinking like, well, what are some of my triggers? So I did have this conversation not so long ago. I do know one of my big triggers for sure is time. That is a trigger for me with people being on time.
Would you say it's a trigger or like a pet peeve?
Okay, what we label them as triggers, so I can better answer that.
Maybe we should look that up. Because when I think of triggers, I'm thinking like past situations. Okay, so like past relationship.
Oh, okay.
Like somebody asking me like, "Oh, what you doing? Where you going?" Trigger. Because it makes me feel like you're being controlling. It makes me feel like you're questioning me and want to know my whereabouts.
So I got an even better one then, since you jump right into past relationships. A big trigger for me within relationships is excessive drinking. Have I done the best at communicating that? No. Have I kind of communicated that? Yes.
You mean like in your current?
In my current.
Okay.
But it took to my current to realize that this is a trigger for me. I don't like the excessive drinking, and I didn't realize this. I didn't even realize in my past relationship that it was a thing. My past relationship opened my eyes up to it. It was like, oh, I don't like this, but I didn't realize in my current one it was like, okay, the amount of drinking, like I would just judge. I'll look like, all right, you're drooling, but again, that is my trigger. I can't sit here and say, oh, because you like to have a drink 3 times out the week, that
you're going to be like who I may be comparing you to, essentially, or what have happened to my
right,
past.
Right, or even outside of it. Just because I have a problem with that, don't mean you have to stop. If you can handle your liquor, if you can have a glass of wine every day, 5 days out the week, and be fine and not be belligerent, not like that, you're a grown adult. That is up to you to do. That's your choice. I have to now accept it or not. That is not for you because I don't like the fact that people drink 5 days a week. You do not have to stop because I don't like it.
When I'm thinking about this is actually still related to the me versus me conversation, because essentially it's like old me is so used to dealing with somebody who doesn't know how to handle their liquor, and current me is in a situation where you may be with somebody who does know how to handle their liquor, but old feelings are still coming up, and it's like, nigga, are you going to be, what I'm used to, or you want to show me something different type time? And that's where I feel like that's where actions come into play, because it's like, if you're showing me that you know how to handle your shit, then okay, cool.
Open to it.
Yeah, so it's like that do you feel like the actions of your current makes you feel better about the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, do you feel like it's healing that part of you about like the
I wouldn't
alcohol
say,
issue?
I wouldn't say healing. I still have the side eye sometimes with it, because I also realize too, I'm a person that I don't like when everybody is super drunk before me. I don't like and I know I'm probably obnoxious and shit when I'm super drunk, yo. But I heard I'm a good time. But anyway, me being sober and everybody drunk I'm irritated. Like, you get out my face, you drunk. But if I'm drunk and you drunk and shit too, it's a time.
So why don't you want to have other people being drunk around you?
It be in like, okay, so I haven't experienced this with you, but perfect, Danny. I don't care. That's Danny. When I'm sober and Danny is drunk, like, it's funny as how it's funny after a while. It's like, all right, girl. Calm down. Now, when me and her are drunk together, a fucking time. Mm-hmm. It is a great time. So it's not, I think with that, it's not the people, it's a me thing. Mm-hmm. My sober side can't really deal too well with drunk people, but my drunk side does great because they're a vibe. Like, I'm not. Whatever.
I also think that's anybody, though. To be honest, it may not just be a you thing in regards to like being around other people who are on a different level than you are, than you may be. That's why I feel like when people come into a party and be like, "Oh, I'm already on shot too. You need to get where I'm at." Oh, they trying to get there because I don't want to be the only one down there. Let me hear it. At this level, you up here. Let me get there real quick.
Now, the answer to the difference is my past relationship. I felt like a lot of times, like, and we was always drinking, and I was drunk with my past relationship, and I felt like the problem was he was more aggressive. Like, it was issues. Like, it will always be like a problem or something that will go on, or an argument, something that will go on in one of these drunken moments. With my current relationship, it's not that at all. It's more so just joking, laughing, want to be up till 5 o'clock in the morning. That's my only takeaway with the current one. Is just like, it's 3:45 and y'all in my kitchen singing to the top of y'all fucking lungs, and I'm ready to go to bed.
Listen.
So I'll say that was be the only down part. Now when I'm sober and I see it happen, like the trigger is that I'm seeing it happen, and I automatically go back to my past relationship, whereas though this can get annoying, and it's like I gotta stop doing that. But I'm one of them people that's very big on saying, like, even though you should try not to compare your current to your past. It's like that's all we have, so you're gonna do it anyway.
Yes and no. I definitely agree. Like, that's all you have to go off of. But it's like, I could agree with that in regards to if you're dealing with somebody from your past currently in your current day. Because I feel like, for example, my ex, like, we've had a very complicated relationship. Talking about the one that we just was talking about. So, yeah. So, like, and I only have the past to go off of from who he is, but we haven't, like, seen each other in years. So, of course, I'm still looking at him from who he was because I don't know him and who he is now. And, so that's just that.
So, it's acceptable. I get what you're saying. It's acceptable to compare the past to the future when it's dealing with the past and future of one person. But you just try not to compare your past of one person to your future of somebody else.
Somebody else, correct. Gotcha. Because it's like, that's a whole different person. Because I feel like essentially that's like hindering your relationship now. Because it's like you're bringing past issues to current right now. And it's like, this dude is not even the same person. If he was showing you signs, like if he was showing you signs.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you start
so
seeing
it's
like
the drinking, is that showing you signs for you?
Yeah.
But then the actions exactly. The actions are different.
And that's why I say it's like a little better because like the signs, my trigger happens when I start seeing the signs. And then I gotta remember like, okay, later on when I don't see any of the signs happening anymore, it's like, all right, cool, I'm calm. But like overall in general with situations like I will compare something that's going on in my current relationship to something in my past umpteen relationships. It's like that's all I have to compare to. I don't really look at other relationships to compare certain traits and certain things they're doing because I don't know what's going on in a relationship. I only knew what was going on in mine. So it was like I have to look back and be like, okay, this argument I'm having in my current relationship is I had it in my past 3 relationships. And in my past 3 relationships, when we had this argument, this would happen afterwards. So I need to be third eye, I need to pay attention to. We just had this argument. Keep your eyes open to what's about to go on in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, to see if there's any similarities to the past situations, and have those conversations when you're starting to realize the similarities. Instead of going into it like, yeah, I had this argument, and all right, whatever. I had an argument in my past relationships, but whatever, it's not the same thing, and you go down, and then the same shit happened from the past ones. It's like, pay attention. That's what I'm saying. I have to compare because I have nothing else there's no book for this. Well, maybe there's a book, but I ain't buying it. I ain't reading it. I'm going off my own personal stuff. So I do compare, but I don't compare as to say like, oh, you're going to do the same thing the past ones did. I compare to be like, okay, this right here is similar. Let me just pay attention because I didn't pay attention to my past ones. Let me be a little more focused on what's going on. Let me ask questions. Let me have the deep conversations to understand why you're doing this. So I think that's what I mean by like comparing. I don't compare it, but like, oh, you're going to do the same shit. Not comparing it, but like, okay, let me pay attention a little more.
Okay. So let's actually circle it back around to some of the topics that we have written down here. So I feel like we did we talk about self-sabotage?
We talk about self-sabotage.
We talk about imposter syndrome, but not self-sabotage.
Well, I guess we kind of did hit the topics and then travel off.
I don't think we hit them all though.
Well, at one point, and then the crazy part too, at one point with this topic, this was like a social. It wasn't on social media. This was like a social media thing at one point. The me versus me. Like there's some people Instagram names is like them versus them. Like maybe their
alter ego.
Their actual name versus their alter ego name. Yeah, actual name versus alter ego name. So it was such a trend at one point amongst us. But I don't think he was around for that part.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And then too, when that part happened, it was like a lot of times people was just doing it just for like the little Instagram comments with like, oh, they got dressed up, so me versus me. Whatever. But
got you. But if y'all have any comments below, like if y'all have any questions or any responses, I guess, to anything that we talked about today, put it down below. What do you feel like you are struggling with in regards to like me versus me? Like what's holding you back?
Mine is this fucking house too.
It's a beautiful house though. But it's a big responsibility.
I love being a homeowner. Don't get me wrong. I love being a homeowner, but it's very true when they say when it rains, it pours. You have to be. But I guess it told me you're the one that has to fix everything. So I've done kicked out a good amount of money. Everything is cool now, but it kind of pushed me back on things that I wanted to do just for GP, just for fun, just for me.
You still can.
Yeah, I'm getting there, but now the me versus me. This is part that comes in. What I've been battling with is I want to get my garage renovated, big ass fucking garage. The money I've been saving money to put into that. Like I started off saving money to go into that. Then my roof started leaking. Then I spent out so much money trying to go around, do a little small stuff here and there. It didn't work. So I lost money that way. Then I went and just said, fuck it, got the whole roof done. It's now done. It's fixed. Now go back into renovating the garage. It's like, all right, the amount of money that I'm about to spend, if I spend that, I'm about to be broke as shit. And the anxiety part of me goes to, I really want to do this. If I do that, I'm going to be broke. And then something else is going to happen with the fucking house. Because when the roof situation, that's what it was. I got my garage roof done, $6,000. And right after that, a week or two after that garage roof was done, my actual house roof started leaking. So anxiety through the roof. Through the roof. So it's the fairness, the this happened before, so it might happen again, of me touching that garage is getting to me. The anxiety is going off. It was like, damn, yes, I can do X, Y, and Z. But if I do X, Y, and Z, I still got to think about the actual house I have. What if the roof started leaking again? What if a pipe bursts? What if this happens? I then would have to put the money back in here and put that on hold when it was like, I already lost so much. Well, I didn't lose money, but that money that I spent on that roof, if I didn't spend it on that roof, when this happened, I could have got that done quick because I had the money sitting there.
Yeah.
So that's the me versus me. Instead of me just saying like, pause. One of the things, sidetrack. I just thought about this. One of the things I always used to say too was, I don't know if it was like a meme or something I seen, but it was like, if God is not going to let you down. If you look around, you see these pigeons walking around out of caring their life freely. If he can give that much freedom to a pigeon, that much hope to a pigeon, he got us too. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like all these situations I've been in where it was like, fuck, I felt like life is over. I've always bounced back and leveled up. Yeah. So it's like, instead of me being so fearful with doing the work on something that I know I earned, something that I want to do, go for it, spend the money, I will be okay. If something major does happen, I still will be okay.
He will find a way.
He will find a way. Mm-hmm. My fear and anxiety has held me back from doing that. And just as easy as I'm sitting here saying this, what we say all the time is easier said than done. Because that anxiety and fear every time stops me from moving forward with the bigger stuff. Yeah. Like, I done fixed the roof. I done fixed sheetrock. I'm about to paint, get my bed and everything up my bedroom. And it was like, these are little bits of money that I could have put to the side and then put on the garage. But the other part too is I want to be comfortable in my damn bed.
Yes, the garage is not something like immediate. It's out there. No, I have some me versus me, but I feel like I'm in a time where I'm actually facing my fears that I've allowed anxiety to stop me from doing. For example, this podcast. Like, granted, it wasn't going to be with you. I was trying to think about doing my own podcast for like 2 years.
I think this helped both of us too, because I was the same way, but I never wanted to do it by myself.
Yeah, I feel like I tried to record some episodes and it was just not coming out right. I was just too nervous about putting myself out there, about what people would think, and
girl, fuck them.
All that.
Sorry, not fuck y'all.
No, let's cut that out, because who says that?
I'm sorry, y'all.
I mean, but yes, but no, to be honest, because I mean, there's always going to be people who have something negative to say. So the people who got something negative to say, yeah, fuck them. But I'm talking about
absolutely.
So I feel like this is definitely me facing one of my fears. Another thing is like when I was talking about imposter syndrome, because it's like I feel like I always felt like I wasn't good at school, but I always do good in school. Right. So I did apply for the master's program. Why? Because I'm facing fears this year. You feel me?
I ain't trying to be. Hold on. Where the button?
Oh. Which one is it?
Oh, right here.
But so fingers crossed for that I'll get accepted. I got all my recommendations submitted. So
no, fingers crossed on you just enjoying the master's program.
I gotta get in first.
You're going to get accepted. Okay. You're going to graduate. You're going to make more money. You're going to buy me some chicken.
You said buy some chicken. I can buy some chicken today, but I'm just saying.
No, what's your master's program money? Okay. That's what we need.
Yes, because we got to get the top tier chicken.
That's why I said fingers crossed that you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
You're going to get, all that's going to happen, but it's fingers crossed and you're enjoying it. That was one of the funniest things too. That just reminded me when I, like one of my first days when I was in college, my culinary school, one of the first days in one of the classes, like the teacher was like, well, what do y'all expect like to happen, like, or whatever? What are we here to do? And I'm like, everybody cry. I'm like, bitch, have fun. They started laughing. I said, no, I'm dead ass. I want to have fun with anything that I'm doing. I didn't come here just to learn. I came here to enjoy what I'm doing. Yeah. Like, I'm in this not for the money. I'm in this because I enjoy doing this. Yeah. Like, if I'm not having fun doing this, fuck how much money I can make from it. Fuck what I'm learning. I'm not enjoying myself. It's a waste of time. So I'm here to enjoy myself. I'm here to have fun and learn.
I feel like I can agree with that in your perspective, but going to school and doing papers aren't fun.
It's not.
So let's be realistic.
But something here. Within there. No, I'm not. Of course, a whole.
But I'm also going to be enjoying about what I'm learning.
Yes. Right. That's what I'm saying. So, it's like it's something within there you will enjoy. Like the lectures may be fun. The having that back and forth dialogue with your professor of like, oh, they say something you question and it's like, oh, y'all talking about them, like that might be fun.
Also, just being able to have like a different type of community. Because obviously, I'll be able to converse with the people in my class. With people in my class. And then also, like, because that's why I specifically chose a school that is located here in Philly so that I can go on campus sometimes. So it'll just be putting me in different environments.
Yeah, you meet new people.
Yeah.
So that's the within every basically what I was saying was within everything we do, it should be like a little bit of fun
Something
within
enjoy.
it.
Yeah.
If it's
absolutely.
nothing fun, nothing enjoyable within it, why are
You're
you
not gonna
doing
want
it?
to do it. Yeah.
Why are you doing it? You're gonna be miserable.
But that also takes me to like, I mean, this may be another topic though, because I feel like it's been kind of drilled into our heads to make money off of things that you don't enjoy. I mean, like I was like told to go to school for nursing and like because it makes good money, but it's like I don't really want to go to school for something that I don't want to do.
That's gonna make money for it.
Yeah, but that should be another topic. We're gonna do another topic, so we don't get too.
I got one for that one too, which I think I would have actually enjoyed it, but I wouldn't enjoy the school, but. Yeah. Again, like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, and thank
DM,
you so much.
Email. Just get in contact with us.
Please.
Let us know y'all opinions. Throw some stuff as y'all want us to talk about.
How y'all feeling about our episodes? Yes. Any feedback? 'Cause we accept feedback, nice ones, not mean ones. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode, and we will see you guys next week.
Yay.
Peace out.
That was a long episode.
Was it?
I feel like it was.
It's only an hour.
It was just an hour?